Hi friends, so basics of electronic components. So in our last presentation we have seen diode basics related to diode functions, function of diode operation. Then we have also seen transistor, various types of transistors, how to bias transistor. Now today we are going to see capacitor, working of capacitor, what is called as capacitance, then uses of capacitor, then resistor and its type, and resistor color code. So these are the basic components: diodes, transistor, capacitor and resistor, which are used in electrical circuit. Now capacitor. A capacitor is an electronic device that is used to store electrical energy. They are only used to store the electron and they are not capable of producing electrons. Okay, so when we connect capacitor in a circuit, it will just store electron, it will just store the charge, it will not produce the electron. A capacitor consists of two or more parallel conductive metal plates which are not connected or touching each other, but they are electrically separated either by air or some form of good insulating material such as mica, ceramic, plastic or some form of liquid gel. Okay, so this insulating layer between the capacitor plate is known as dielectric. So we will be having two metal plates which will act as anode and other will act as cathode, and in between we will be having dielectric material in case of capacitor. So here you can see this is the capacitor. So there are, you can see two terminals are there. Now how to recognize what is positive terminal and which is the negative terminal? So you can see here, this is cathode, so negative sign you can see here, so this is cathode. Another terminal is anode. Okay, again there are two terms you can see here, 25 volts and 4700 microfarad. Okay, so that means this capacitor will operate at 25 volt. If the voltage increases beyond 25 volt, this capacitor will burn. And another value 4700 microfarad, that is the capacitance that we are going to see in our next slide. Okay, so you can see the capacitor here. Now symbol of capacitor is like this. Now there are two types, fixed capacitor and variable capacitor. So these are the two symbols for fixed type and variable type capacitor. Okay, so coming back to the working or construction of capacitor. So due to this insulating layer, the DC current cannot flow through the capacitor as it blocks it, allowing a voltage to be present across the plate in the form of electrical charge. Right. So through the capacitor, the current cannot flow. Right. So only there will be a voltage and the capacitor will store the charge. The conductive metal plates of a capacitor can be either square, circular or rectangular, or they can be of a cylindrical or spherical shape. Okay. So when used in a direct current or DC circuit, a capacitor charges up to its fully voltage but blocks the flow of current through it because the dielectric of a capacitor is non-conductive and basically an insulator. Okay, so we can use capacitor in a DC circuit, we can use a capacitor in AC circuit. So in case of DC circuit, when we connect our capacitor in DC circuit, it blocks the flow of current due to the dielectric material which is present between the anode and cathode inside capacitor. However, when a capacitor is connected to an alternating current or AC circuit, the flow of the current appears to pass straight to the capacitor with little or no resistance. So when we connect our capacitor to AC current, AC circuit, it will pass the current from anode to cathode. When a DC voltage is passed across a capacitor, the positive charge quickly accumulates on one plate while corresponding and opposite negative charge accumulates on the other plate. In case of DC source, when we apply DC source to a capacitor, the flow of electrons onto the plates is known as the capacitor's charging current. So initially when we start our circuit, when we start or when we switch on our DC source, the capacitor will start charging and the current that it takes to charge, that is called as charging current. Now this charging current continues to flow until the voltage across the both plates is equal to applied voltage, that is VC. So at this point the capacitor is said to be fully charged with electrons. So until the applied voltage reach, the capacitor will be getting fully charged. Okay, so this was about capacitor connected in DC source or DC source applied to a circuit. So let's see what is meant by capacitance of a capacitor. So we have seen our in previous slide, one of the slides, capacitance in mentioned in microfarad, right? So that is a capacitance. So now capacitance is a electrical property of a capacitor. It is a measure of a capacitor's ability to store an electrical charge onto its two plates. So capacitance is the measure of capacitor's ability to store an electrical charge onto its two plates. The unit of capacitance is farad. It is measured in farad. Now the amount of charge Q that a capacitor can store depends upon applied voltage to the capacitor. So that applied voltage can be calculated as Q equal to C multiplied by V, where C is the capacitance of the capacitor and its unit is farad, that we have seen. Okay, so we can calculate the charge Q, but we should have the value of capacitance of the capacitor and voltage applied to capacitor. Now uses of capacitor. So one use is charge storing device. So regularly we can see that our mobile charger, we use it regularly. So in that mobile charger, there is a capacitor. So it is used to charge storing. Okay, So capacitor is also used as a filter in a electric circuit. So it is used in low pass, band pass, high pass, band stop, notch and all pass filters. Okay. So it is also used as voltage doubler, voltage tripler, voltage quadrupler. So it can boost the voltage. Okay. So another application we frequently used to see is our ceiling fan. So in that ceiling fan, capacitor is used to store charge, right? Next is resistor. Now resistor is also frequently used in electronic circuit. Now electrons move across easily through some materials than other when a voltage is applied. It means in metals the electrons are held up so loosely that they move almost without any hindrance. So this is in case of metals. So we measure how much opposition there is to an electric current as a resistance. So whatever opposition offer inside metal to freely movement of electron, that is known as resistance. So a resistor is a positive two terminal electrical component that implements electrical resistance as a circuit element. Okay, so you can see here this is a resistor which has two terminals. And in electric circuits, resistors are used to reduce current flow, adjust signal levels, to divide voltage, bias active elements and terminate transmission lines across other uses. So now why we have to use a resistor? What is the application of resistor? So basic application of the resistor is to reduce current flow or to divide the voltage. Okay, so you can see here a symbol of a resistor here, right? So another example why we have to use a resistor is that suppose we have got a 9-volt DC source and a diode that we want to glow, that will be that requires a voltage of around say 1 volt or 2 volt. So in this case, when we apply the 9-volt DC source to that diode, the diode will burn. So in that case we have to use a resistor in the circuit. So now there are two positions where resistor can be used in a circuit: series combination and is parallel combination. Okay, so when we used our resistor in series, the resistor can be said to be a voltage dividing network. So when a resistor is put in series, then it is used for voltage dividing. So this is because in the series circuit, current flowing through each resistor is the same value, but the voltage present across each resistor is only part of that total circuit voltage value. That is the basic reason that this is how it can be used to divide the voltage. And when the resistor is placed parallel, then it is said to be current dividing, because in parallel circuit voltage across each resistor is the same value, but the current flowing through each resistor is only part of total circuit current. So it gets divided, right? So next point is Ohm's law. Probably you know Ohm's law. It says that the more voltage applied to a